everybody.
Hello and welcome to Just News. I'm Frances Church.
And I'm Will Ross. Tonight's headlines: firefighters warn Sheffield drivers about where they park after an engine couldn't reach a burning building.
Sheffield Railway Station has won an award for being cycle-friendly.
And in sport, Sheffield Steelers prepare for their charity clash with the University of Sheffield.
Where you park your car could have a bigger impact than you think on the emergency services being able to do their jobs. Double parking on some roads in Sheffield could be putting lives at risk.
Last night, fire engines simply weren't able to reach a house fire, and it was up to neighbours to act quickly. Varuna Singh reports.
Firefighters in Sheffield were unable to get down to the site of fire due to the bad parking in the area of Buttermere Road. Firefighters have urged people to be more considerate about where they leave their cars.
Last night, fire broke out at the house behind me at Buttermere Road. The fire engines had to park 50 meters away from the site of fire because the cars were parked on both sides of the road, making it impossible for the fire engines to turn around and get to the site of fire.
Well, from my point of view, I woke up at about 4 o'clock hearing some shouts, which I thought was either some form of domestic violence or people coming back drunk, 'cause it was Christmas. So it was about 4 o'clock, so I just ignored it and I was a bit annoyed. And then suddenly I heard someone shout, "Fire, fire," so I thought, right. So I looked out the window and I could see that the house, as you can see along there, was ablaze in the living room downstairs. And then a few minutes later the fire engine came and they began to sort it out. And there's obviously a chap upstairs shouting as well, so it was very shocking. The fire engine was just, it was caught there, it couldn't turn the corner, it was like at an angle, just about a 45-degree angle.
These back streets are crowded, aren't they? And it's not just residents parking, it's people parking to purpose shop or go to a business nearby, go to work. So it is a problem, and I think possibly you'd have to look at restricted access to make sure that the emergency services could actually get in. And clearly there was an emergency across the road there.
Yeah, it's really bad. You can't really get parked because people who live on Abdale Road park their cars on here as well. And obviously with businesses around here that work with cars, they have their cars parked on here as well.
Luckily, no one was hurt in yesterday's incident, but if the parking condition remains the same, it could end up in a different story next time.
13 same-sex couples finally tied the knot in Sheffield Town Hall today. It's a monumental step forward in the history of gay rights and is being celebrated across the country. Zoe Castle spoke to two newlywed couples on their special day.
Hello, come on in, have a seat.
Siobhan and Elizabeth met in 2002. They tied the knot with an intimate family affair at a pub in Barnsley 2 years ago. Today they came to Sheffield Town Hall to convert their partnership into a legal marriage.
I don't think we feel any different. We had some legal background anyway with the civil partnership, but I think it's nice to be equal as any other couple, regardless of us being a same-sex couple, really.
Same-sex marriage was legalised earlier this year, but those already in civil partnerships had to wait until today to convert. 13 couples came today to sign their marriage documents. The conversion is free of charge for a year, so the registry office are expecting a lot more to come over Christmas. Jess and Kirsty have been here before. They had a big ceremony in 2010 for all of their family and friends. Although today there were no wedding dresses in sight, registrars provided cupcakes and champagne for the occasion.
It means we're the same as everybody else, as straight couples, gay couples, anybody else, we're the same. And we're not tied with a brush. I'm glad I married you.
Well, yeah, that's it. It's just never changed. And got more to come now. Got a little one on the way. So yeah, onwards and upwards.
Can we have a kiss?
Oh, and isn't that lovely?
It's put me in a romantic mood.
Oh, I'll keep my distance then. Students at the University of Sheffield have been marking International Human Rights Day by sending Christmas cards to a selection of human rights icons. Here at the university's Amnesty Society, students are writing Christmas cards to victims of amnesty imprisonment. The idea is to focus on the importance of figures like Chelsea Manning and Moses Akatugba, who are being held hostage against human rights. The day highlights their struggle, as well as attempting to boost morale among the prisoners.
Going to sort of write to them, make their voices heard. A big impact goes to like the amount of letters that they get. So they get loads and loads of letters, and people see them and they think they're important. So rather than potentially abusing them, they see them as important and see that the world cares about them and then stops abusing them.
Next time you catch a train from Sheffield, you may not realise you'll be visiting the train station of the year. Thanks to its new cycle hub, the station has been recognised for its contribution to the city's eco-friendly status. Our reporter Saffron Otter has more.
Sheffield has won the Railway Station of the Year award for its flagship cycle hub, a secure space for commuters to store their bikes. Russell Cutts runs the hub alongside his repair shop next door.
The cycle hub has space for 400 bicycles. It's available to anybody to use, whether you're using the train station or not. The award is presented by the Association of Train Operating Companies, or ATOC. They run the awards annually, and they are designed to promote better cycling facilities, better customer service with people with bicycles, basically.
The Bicycle Shed and Cycle Hub have contributed towards the country's cycling revolution, and their hard work keeps Sheffield's gears turning.
The Cathedral Archer project is running an awareness day to encourage people to help the homeless this Christmas. As part of the day, the project has a stall at the University of Sheffield, signing up students as volunteers. In the countdown to Christmas, it's easy to forget about the hundreds of people who are sleeping on the streets. The cold weather makes it important to raise awareness at this time of year.
So I think it really hits home about the importance of that and really helping people who don't have anything. And some of our clients literally have a rucksack and that's all their belongings in there. So I think people really appreciate what they have and they think, I'm going to give back to those that don't.
No child should have to go without a present at Christmas, and nobody believes this more than Claremont Private Hospital. They are teaming up with other businesses across South Yorkshire to launch Mission Christmas, a project dedicated to fighting child poverty in Sheffield this winter. Mary Smith went to Claremont to find out more.
The public are being asked to buy an extra present with their Christmas shopping this year, so children living in poverty get the chance to open a gift. Mission Christmas is a success, and Claremont have received bags of gifts to give to children.
It wasn't until I actually stopped and learnt about what Mission Christmas Cash for Kids means that it made me realise that this actually does happen, and it can affect anybody, we just don't know.
So when you're buying for your loved ones, please remember that one extra present can really make a difference to a family in South Yorkshire this Christmas. You have until Monday to drop off any donations and presents here at the Claremont Hospital. Mary Smith reporting for JUS News.
That's all for the news. Now we're heading over to sport with Rebecca Deeming.
Thank you. Sheffield Steelers tonight take on the University of Sheffield Bears to raise money for the local community. The Bears will be looking to improve on their 16-5 defeat to the Steelers in last year's match. Our reporter Lisa Priest has more.
It's an early start to this training session for the Steelers, but it's not a league rival they're preparing for. It's tonight's charity match against the University of Sheffield's hockey team. The two will meet to raise money for the homeless and victims of human trafficking.
You know, us playing with the Steelers here, anytime we can help out in the community is, I know all the guys love doing it, and you know, we look forward to it. Anytime we can help out and do something for charity, it's always something you want to be a part of. So.
The game is held at Ice Sheffield tonight and costs £5. Some of that money will go towards local projects that help people back into work. The event is organised by Enactus, a student-run organisation that works with businesses and charities to help vulnerable people in the local community.
I worked with a woman in my project, Hope,
and I was trying to get her into job interviews and so she could become financially independent. And so the money that we got from events like this last year, I managed to get it spent on things like interview clothes and her bus fare to the interview and back and things like that. So a really great opportunity for that woman, because there were things that she couldn't afford herself.
As we get closer to the drop of the puck and the tension starts to build, both teams and Enactus will be hoping to reach their goals.
Sticking with ice hockey, the Steelers return to the top of their Elite Ice Hockey League after beating rivals Nottingham Panthers at the weekend. Looking ahead to their clash with Cardiff on Friday, head coach Jared Adams is confident his team can continue their winning run.
It's for us, we're literally a game at a time here to get focused on anything else. Kind of takes away from the concentration. The performance was great against Nottingham. It was very good at Fife, so we've got very good team morale going into the weekend.
Now to football. Sheffield Wednesday have been drawn away against current Premier League champions Manchester City in the FA Cup third round. 30 league places separate the two sides in what should be a testing match for the travelling team. Our reporter Kevin Griffin has more.
Owls fans will be looking for revenge against Man City after getting thrashed 7-0 earlier in the season and being dumped out of the League Cup. Stuart Gray's side sit in the middle of the Championship and will be ranked outsiders when they travel to Manchester next month. I spoke to some Sheffield Wednesday fans to see what they thought of the tie.
I think they've just started to pick up their form with recent wins in the league. Stevie May's managed to get off his goal drought, so hopefully he'll be able to bag a few against Man City.
I think they'll do very well. They've done well this season, so I think they'll win. Definitely think they'll win.
It might not be as bad as last time, i.e. not 7-0. Could be, we might score once or twice, but I think they'll win just the same.
With so many cup upsets over the years, Sheffield Wednesday will be hoping to add to the magic of the FA Cup. Kevin Griffin, Just News, Hillsborough.
Can't wait to watch that match. Now, on the other side of the city, Sheffield United manager Nigel Clough says he's prioritising his team's League One clash with Fleetwood on Saturday. The Blades are also preparing for Tuesday's Capital One Cup quarter-final tie with Southampton, but Clough says the Fleetwood game is more important. That's all from the sport for now. Goodbye.
In the last few days, the UK has experienced severe weather conditions, with the Met Office announcing we're in the middle of a weather bomb. During a storm, the central pressure drops rapidly, causing violent winds known as bombs. Luana Salas has more details. Sorry, what was that meant to be?
High winds of up to 80 miles per hour are set to hit the United Kingdom this evening, with gales expected in northern England and Scotland for the next 2 days. The Met Office has upgraded its warning to amber status for the west coast of Scotland, where huge coastal waves are threatening to whip up. In South Yorkshire, we've been met with a fizzle rather than a bang. The winds aren't as bad as they are in the north. However, residents are still urged to be on the lookout for their safety and possible travel disruptions. It's going to be a very cold day in South Yorkshire today, with sunny intervals and wintry showers. Snow is very likely on the hills, and there is a risk of frost and icy roads. Temperatures will drop to 4 degrees and have highs of 6.
And finally, a South Yorkshire band who played at the London 2012 opening ceremony and also starred in the 90s film Brassed Off have announced a special concert at Sheffield City Hall. The Grimethorpe Colliery Brass Band will play on Friday evening to commemorate the 2 World Wars and will be supported by the new youth band, who have gained 100 members since their foundation in 2011.
That's what I call a big finish.
Indeed. That's all for today. Thank you for watching Just News with Francis Church.
And with Will Ross. Join us again tomorrow night at the same time.
Thank you and goodbye.
Goodbye.